fierce midfield up in the box with me, and Paddy Crerins and Brian Robson. You'd love to get your hands on this game, would you?
Derby's were great, always great matches to play in, Stuart. Even better if you won them, if you were fortunate enough to win them. There'll be no pals out there tonight. It's going to be a tough game, I think.
Should remind United, both summer signings, Lindelof and Lukaku start. Mkhitaryan, he's excelled on tour. He plays at 10. I just wonder, Brian, how close this lineup is going to be to the one we see at the start of the season.
I don't think the manager will be looking that far ahead, right, Stuart, but I mean, what a fantastic stadium. I've been to some great stadiums in my career, but this is some seamless. What a way to start your real major game in your pre-season. But no, I mean, Lukaku looks a real strong signing. He scored goals for Everton, he scored goals for West Brom, so I'm quite excited to see him. But you know, when you look at the two teams this one time, you know, City are a little bit more inexperienced than us. They've got quite a few young kids in there who we've not really seen. We're United. Our younger lads have been in there all last season. They were part of the squad all the time. So I think it's going to be really interesting to see how the game goes this evening.
Yeah, City's first pre-season game, debuts for new boys Kyle Walker, the goalkeeper Edison, also rare chances for some youngsters, Phil Foden, Patrick Roberts and Adara Bayoya. Magnificent seeing both teams out, pretty much gone through the formalities. The atmosphere has been absolutely outstanding for a good hour or so. Plenty of fans getting in here early. There's the two captains tonight, Vincent Kompany of City and of course Antonio Valencia of United, with Michael Carrick, one of the subs today. So Antonio is wearing the armband. There are officials as well. Ismail Elfat is the referee tonight. We had a lot to say about the referee in Salt Lake City. Let's hope we're not saying anything about him tonight for this derby. So many big names on show in this big stadium for the Manchester derby. And all the formalities taking place. Lots of people to meet down there. There you go, the coin toss they take pretty seriously here.
Is Houston's own three-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year, number 99, J.J. Watt.
Remember, United were here in 2010. It was fantastic then with 70,000 see the Reds thrash the MLS All-Stars 5-2. Another huge crowd tonight. A lot of competition to stage this game, this Manchester derby, in various cities. But it was Houston that came out on top. And you can see why. Such a wonderful stadium, the home of the NFL's Houston Texans. The retractable roof, which helps everybody in terms of the heat. They can put the aircon on, because it's been a boiling, steaming day here in Texas. But it's lovely inside this magnificent arena. And it's going to be Manchester City who are going to get us underway. Sergio Aguero standing down there in the centre circle. The formality's over. We're about to start this first overseas Manchester derby.
I'm quite pleased about that, Stu, because as soon as they kick off, I might be able to hear you.
The thing about it as well, Brian, can you see the numbers? Or is it me? We're such a long way away.
We are up in the clouds, Pat, but just about can see the numbers, yeah.
Let's just say our commentary position is quite high. It's the first overseas Manchester derby. It's a year late after the pitch problems in Beijing. But here we go, a new and an original chapter in this historic rivalry in the wonderful NRG Stadium. And yes, it's a friendly, but is there ever really a friendly when it's United taking on City?
No.
Well, that's that then. United playing the ball forward. Valencia. It's kind of into no man's land really, but United pick it up on the attack now with Jesse Lingard. Valencia and Herrera. Oh, that's clever. Great work from Herrera. So important that midfield battle as Company brings it out for City. I want to try and get it wide if they can. Blind stays tight, and that's a throw.
I think what we can say, Stuart, from the start, that Rashford and Lingard are going to play it to the width, and Mkhitaryan in behind Lukaku.
Interesting to see how Roberts gets on for City after a success with Celtic. Now here's Sterling. 2 for Company. And United will clear it up towards Lukaku, who at times might be on his own up there. Need to hold the ball up. It's going to be a heck of a physical battle. Belgian battle. Company, Lukaku know each other's game so very well.
I've been getting a better quality of ball than he's just got there a second ago. I don't want him to have to fight the defence for the ball.
Big Yaya Toure flicks on, looking for De Bruyne. De Bruyne, who was very, very good for City in that derby at Old Trafford at the start of last season. Lukaku's taken out of there. Early free kick, and that's a classic Company, let them know you're there moment.
You get booked for that, Brian, wouldn't you, if you were Man Utd?
Well, if it wasn't so early on in the game, you know...
Oh, you get away with a lot.
Company could have maybe got booked there, but, you know, it's a foul from behind, but, you know, at least Lukaku held the ball up really well.
United working this pretty well. Rashford. Comes the cross. Not in out. There sets himself and shoots. And that's a good save from Ederson. He really got hold of that one, and Ederson, the new signing, called into action early on.
Yeah, with Anders' left foot as well. It was a really clean strike.
Well, the crowd was shouting from, weren't they? Shoot.
Well, Rashford goes across to take the corner. Ederson will be under the spotlight. The Brazilian, for $5 million signing from Benfica. Will he be the man to finally solve City's goalkeeping issues? Rashford with the ball. Gone all the way across. The counter-attack. It was a poor pass, actually. Nothing Aguero could really do there. Still plenty forward for United. We've made a bright, energetic, positive start. That's a terrific run. Just couldn't bring the ball under control there, Jesse Lingard, but there's a bit of space for him in the box.
It was great play by Lukaku. What a great hold up and lovely spin and getting behind them. And then he even picked out Marcus, so good signs from Lukaku early on in the game.
If he'd have hit that first time, it might have gone in the net, Brian, rather than stopping it first.
Eddie Blind getting to know Patrick Roberts there. Roberts, only 20, joined City from Fulham, but spent 18 months on loan at Celtic. 11 goals last season. In fact, he scored against City in the Champions League. Roberts. Dara Bayoyo, young man in the centre of midfield, knew better to learn from than some Company. Fernandinho effectively playing left back in this game, with Kyle Walker at right back. As Pep, it's been quite a busy summer for him, ins and outs. Signed Bernardo Silva, Ederson, Kyle Walker, more to come, but lots of players have left. Sanya, Clichy, Navas, Zabaleta, Nolito, Caballero's had a real clear out, and some have been left at home who clearly don't have a future there. Bonnie, Delph, Inacho, Fernando, so it's a real time of flux at City.
Oh, without question, when you're letting lots of experienced players go, so many at the one time.
Company was closed down so quickly there.
It could be a one to watch, you know, with Lingard playing out to the width there, you know, and Fernandinho playing left back. I'll be interested to see how he can cope with Jesse.
Lukaku, another shooting opportunity. This time a bit further away. But United look bright, especially down that right-hand side, causing problems.
Started off well, they have, United.
Yeah, the passing and movement's been good, Pat.
Yeah.
Toure. Whenever you see Toure, he always looks so sort of laboured, but he's so effective in midfield. Such a big physical presence.
And I think he's a very important player for them, Stuart. Has been for a long time.
Well, this will be his 8th season for City. Very close now to 300 appearances for Yaya. He's had the odd fallout, but back in favour now. Company. Walker. Varawayoya. Company, 31 now. Company. How he'd love to have an injury-free campaign. Foden, Stockport lad, 17-year-old, gets it out to the left-hand side. Sterling's ball in, looking for Aguero. It's a lovely ball in, but excellent defending from United there. Maybe they can now break. Italian lost possession. Walker. Aguero. Gets it to Sterling. What about the shot? Gets the return, Sterling. Which way is he going to go? Sterling, shooting opportunity, and well held by De Gea.
It's good to get a catch like that early on in the game, isn't it?
Yeah, you've got to give them credit, though, Paddy. Sterling and Aguero, a really nice interchange player.
And they're quick round.
Comes Daley Blind now for United to Pogba. Herrera showing up well in these early stages. Lukaku. It's out to Blind again. United working this well. Rashford's shot is blocked. Still plenty forward here in red. It's ball in, looking for Lukaku, and that's brave from Edison.
It's lovely interchange play by United again. That we've looked nice and bright, but we said before the game, Stuart, that you know, he's went for a very attacking, so midfield and front three. You know, and the lads are doing really well at the moment.
Pogba to Victor Lindelof, has just turned 23. Valencia and Herrera. Pogba. United zipping it around quite nicely. Blitz. Rashford, got a famous winner at City last year. Lingard always likes to have a run, and he very, very nearly released Lukaku there.
That's what's always really important in that final third, that the pace of your passing. Jesse's just overhit it. Great position again, though.
But sometimes it's very difficult. That's a great ball in, but not enough on it. But sometimes it's very difficult to get the right pace when you're around the opposition penalty area.
Toure. De Bruyne. Roberts. De Bruyne onto this. Might still get there as well. Look it.
I think that's come off De Bruyne.
Jose says he sees this as really a kind of good training, a high quality training session, but he's going to give some players a bit longer, an hour.
Oh, he'll want to win this one. He knows all about the Manchester derby. He'll want to win this.
Just a reminder, this is being played in the International Champions Cup. United's first two friendlies weren't, but this one is. The next three games, this one and Barcelona and the Real Madrid game, all in the International Champions Cup, which means points are at stake. There has to be a winner. A draw's no good. There'll be penalties if it's a draw after 90 minutes. Herrera with a Typically feisty challenge. Lingard. But Company read that. He's good at that, Company. And now here goes Sterling. Lightning pace. Caught and footed. Valencia. Out for the throw. Lively opening 10 minutes. Early skirmishes here in Texas. It's a massive city, the fourth biggest in the USA. De Bruyne. Well, the run from deep is a very good one, and United had to come across and shut the door. Again, Valencia with some good work.
I think his control lets him down here, Stuart. If he controls his better, he scores.
Well, Foden has got a goal in him, as we saw in the under-18s against United actually last season. Late break from midfield.
It's great covering position by Valencia. Good defender.
The corner. De Bruyne headed away. Nobody there for United. And then that shot is well wide in the end. Foden is from Stockport. Got a good left foot. 11 goals he scored for the under-18s last year actually for City, so he'll be loving it out there. Getting his opportunity to shine for Pep Guardiola. Up towards Lukaku, that's a real physical battle. Holding off all manner of players. City have it back in midfield. They're breaking with it. Aguero, Sterling, Aguero, dinked ball in. Smalling will get there and clear. Kyle Walker, who's going to have that massive feast around his neck, isn't he? Walker, Foden, that's good work. Lovely skill, but Paul Pogba, great tracking back, and now he gets United moving. There's a bit of space over there on the right-hand side as well for Lingard. Lukaku. Pogba. Right in the centre of midfield. Lingard, Pogba. Lindelof. Now Smalling. Finds Blind for United. Chance for Rashford to have a run. Rashford. Goes one in, then the other. Wins a corner.
He defended that well, though, City, didn't he? I mean, he's done the right thing, Brian. If you're in the box, take him on.
Yeah, it was good defending by Walker.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows that Marcus wants to come in on his right foot and get the shot away, but he didn't allow him to come inside.
Rashford just gets the steward out of the way so he can take this corner kick for United. Plenty in there, and you've got the height of Lukaku as well. Might get a better crossing angle now. They get it right, but nobody up for City. Herrera. Henrik Mkhitaryan, who's played very well on tour so far. Herrera's ball in. It's out as far as Paul Pogba. Pogba. Smalling. Here's Blind. Rashford. Pogba. De Bruyne for Company. Could be a super ball over the top. He was looking for Lingard, and Adara Bayoyo was well positioned.
Yeah, Valencia not happy. He was out in that right hand side with all the space in the world, expecting to get it. If you look Valencia there, he's on his own. Needs to be perfect, the ball in there.
Sterling, hugging that left-hand side in the early stages of this match. I'll take on Valencia Sterling. That's a free kick.
Has he given the free kick?
Yeah. Shoulder to shoulder is one thing, but that's a good old-fashioned shove.
I think he's actually given it against Antonio. That was the other way for me.
I can't believe that.
No, I can't do that. I don't know what the referee's seen there.
All of the United players all started walking up to the halfway line because they assumed that decision had gone for them.
And Sterling didn't play the ball, he just played Antonio.
Well, that's a surprising decision.
Well, I could be more surprised if this is headed into the net.
Take a look at this. It's
desperate for the free kick, not getting it.
Well, De Bruyne is balling companies there. He's a weapon, isn't he, in these situations? Corner kick. The referee Ismail El Faf with an interesting take on that. And so De Bruyne will once again take the corner kick for City. It was a dangerous one, but now maybe United can counter-attack. Rashford is quick, but you have to say Walker's quick as well, isn't it?
Yeah, but you've got to give the ref a bit of credit there, Stuart. He could have given a free kick to United, but allowed the play to continue.
So 3 points if you win the game today in the International Champions Cup. 2 points if you win it on penalties after a draw. 1 point if you lose it on penalties. And after everyone's played 3 games, you'll eventually get a winner. Unlike the last time United won this competition, where you actually had to play a physical final. That was against Liverpool in Miami, you remember? Not this time. Raking past at Blint. Henrik Mkhitaryan. So difficult to pick up. Ghosts all over the place, the Armenian. Blint. Mkhitaryan. Rashford, it opens up for him.
Is that a free kick? Did he get a clip there, Rashford? I'm sure he did.
Yeah. You're right, Pat. He did. He clipped him when he was taking his foot back. For me, that's a foul. He knows exactly what he's doing. He stops him swinging through for the ball. Yeah, he's stopped him. He hasn't played the ball.
He's put his sole of his boot in there, hasn't he? That's a dull one, that, Brian.
Walker. United already without Mata through injury. And of course, longer term injuries to Shaw, Young and Rocco. Certainly can do without losing anybody else. Toure. Over to Sterling. Raheem Sterling again. Fernandinho gets it forward. Walker. Patient build-up from City. Company only played 15 times last season for City. The last couple of seasons actually have been really bad for him in terms of injuries, injury after injury. Roberts. Gone wide, Roberts. Are you impressed with Roberts in Scotland, Paddy?
Well, the Celtic fans were the ones I spoke to, and I know plenty of them were very impressed by him. They were disappointed that he'd come back. They thought Celtic might have signed him.
Walker. Rashford is clipped, and this time the referee decides it is a foul. It's been hot, humid in Houston. You just walk down the street 100 yards and you're already covered in sweat, but thankfully the stadium, the roof is on, the aircon is on, it's terrific conditions. It aids the atmosphere as well, doesn't it, the roof? It's a bit like the Millennium Stadium, this one.
It's a great stadium, but the players will be really happy as well. It's air conditioning in there. It just makes it so much more pleasant for them to play.
Might not be so good for you. You've not brought a jacket with you, have you? You'll be frozen by the time the night's over.
United free kick. Referee wants some words. Mr. Elfaf to word with Kevin De Bruyne.
There's a challenge again.
Pogba pulling the strings there in midfield, finds Valencia. Slaloming run. Mkhitaryan, quick feet, Mkhitaryan. Ederson pulled into action again.
It's a good angle for the goalkeeper all the same, wasn't it?
Herrera, United on top here. Herrera going on a good run. City can clear and are always a threat on the counter-attack in this situation. Roberts, who's stopped by two United players who can't believe that decision. 20-year-old Patrick Roberts going down there.
Not so sure they got the ball, the United player.
He's just leaned into him before he actually took the ball.
Foden looks quite accomplished at age 17. Foden. Toure, who's double that. Darabayev. Toure. Foden, I think he tried to control that, but in the end it finds Sterling. And now Pogba can break for United. Mkhitaryan. Crucial interception from Company with Lukaku bulldozing through the middle.
We were talking about the pace of pass earlier and that he just tried to wait perfect where it just didn't quite have enough pace on it to get past Company.
De Bruyne, what's a really dangerous ball in. It went all the way along the 6-yard line and there was no one there in blue to tuck it in.
I think it went through someone's legs, Stuart.
Likes this central position, Mkhitaryan. Lingard. Herrera to Valencia. Breaks down, but United win it back. Jesse Lingard. And Pogba. Crowd imploring him to shoot. Lingard does shoot. We saw him pop him in the top corner from around that range at Middlesbrough last year. Jesse Lingard, well capable of the spectacular. Smalling for United, starting his 8th season at Old Trafford. Lovely pass out to Valencia. Beats Fernandinho. Valencia. Nice ball in. Drops for Rashford. Now Herrera. Another chance to shoot. And another save from Ederson, who's been by far the busier of the goalkeepers.
You've got to say it's been a nice start by coming up to 25 minutes and the lads have they've moved well, they've passed the ball well.
But the shots have been down the goalkeeper's throat more or less, haven't they?
Talia Bravo not on this tour because his season was elongated in Federations Cup. Looks like he'll start the season as the number 2. Talia Bravo. Aguero. Toure. Company. Foden. Nice touch. Sterling. Has to go himself.
Well, that was an in, Stuart. He's had to save that, the goalkeeper.
Acrobatic from the United number 1. Deflection there. fizzing effort which he touches over.
Yeah, it did take a little bit of a deflection. It's a good save.
The closest perhaps City have come. De Bruyne takes it short to Roberts. The corner. Bruyne flicked away, and now the counter-attack is on for United. Mkhitaryan, Rashford, cross comes Walker.
Yeah, he's got pace as well, hasn't he, Walker?
Walker's always going to be known as £54 million fullback. Kyle Walker.
There's no complaints to it.
No. That's a free kick, it's a late challenge. Henrik Mkhitaryan taken down. Referee on the spot quickly. A shooting chance here for United. Victor Lindelof is capable of hitting a mean free kick.
Will he take this one?
Well, he's there, but there's a real committee meeting around the ball.
Pogba might fancy it.
Well, Romelu Lukaku
He fancies it as well,
likes the
doesn't
look of it as well.
That's nice that quite a few of them fancy a little pad.
At the moment,
he? You'd fancy it as well, but you're not on there.
There's at least 4 at the moment who are considering taking it. Paul Pogba, usually what happens here, Pogba hits the woodwork. It happened so often last year. But it could be the left foot of Blint or the right foot of Pogba. This has got to be 30 yards out, surely.
I think it's looking like Paul.
Pogba does take it, and easy enough for Ederson. Pogba hit the woodwork 9 times last season. So
I think that one's just a little bit too far out to try a first-time strike.
yeah. Aguero was calling for a free kick there, but nothing doing. Blint's getting the better of Roberts. Just wanted to point you in the direction of a new show on MUTV, 6:30 PM British Summertime. Today, our Academy and Reserves season preview, where we have exclusive access to the training camp in Austria. A first interview with Ritz Brazier. We'll hear from Nicky Butt as well and some of the players, so don't miss that. 6:30 PM British Summertime, our Academy and Reserves season preview on MUTV. Sterling for that one to go out of play. We await the breakthrough here in Texas, but it's a very watchable Manchester derby. Company. City trying to work the opening here. De Bruyne, gifted player. Fernandinho. It's quite handy, Fernandinho, because he plays centre midfield, he can play right back, he's playing left back. Adaptable.
Yeah, he's one of these utility players who get his head down and do the manager a job.
Full-back area is what City seem to be concentrating on. Danilo, looks like he might be coming. Mendy from Monaco. City in pre-season go to LA next, where they play Real Madrid on the 26th, and Then they play Spurs in Nashville. 29th. City have it. First real chance. Roberts. Was he pulled back by Smalling? There's the rebound from Sterling. United surviving somehow and in the volley as well. Already the decision has been taken by the referee. It's a free kick.
That is great defended by Chris Waller.
Was he offside?
Absolutely. I thought he was pad when the ball was first played, but it's a slack pass in there.
No, that's great defending. You're right, Brian.
He just couldn't quite bring it under control first time, Roberts, could he?
No, he did put his hand on him, didn't he?
Yeah, just a nice lick. But it was just enough pad to put him off balance, so that he couldn't put the ball in the net. It's great piece of defending.
Could that have been a penalty?
You'd have been screaming for it the other end.
The other end, yeah, I think it would have been.
Space here for De Bruyne. Aguero. Foden. Aguero. He was looking to make room for the blast. City still have it. Good loose from company. Aguero, of course, has been a great player for City. Still some talk about him possibly leaving, or maybe the manager preferring the Brazilian Gabriel Jesus, but to me he's a master craftsman, isn't he?
Oh, he's a good player. Just strange. Is it paper towel or whatever? I'm sure he doesn't need any more money, Stuart.
Well, Aguero, who's actually City's second top scorer in their entire history, which is an amazing achievement. He's only been there 6 seasons. 169 goals. De Bruyne. He's looked to release Roberts down the right-hand side. Pogba. Herrera. Mkhitaryan. Dangerous when he's going through the middle. We've seen it so many times. Mkhitaryan.
Oh, he should have played Rashford in very early.
It's a great opportunity.
Here comes City at the other end. Real end-to-end stuff here. Aguero's shot is blocked by Lindelof. Sterling. Toure to De Bruyne. This City's first pre-season friendly, so you wonder if some of them will start feeling it. I'm sure there'll be a lot of changes at half-time. Walker goes in. And here come United. Blint. The big man Lukaku. Chipped over the top, looking for Rashford, who's gone over to the right. And Jesse to the left, just to try their luck against different fullbacks. Rashford against Fernandinho could be interesting. And Lindelof, the Iceman, nods it back to David De Gea. Here at the NRG Stadium, around 70,000 the capacity, formerly known as the Reliant Stadium when United were last here. This is where the Houston Texans do their thing in the NFL. Well, the biggest show here is the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. That's the one to come to here, which I'm sure would be some experience. United heading back to California tonight. Next assignment is against Real Madrid, Santa Clara weekend. Big man, about 6'5".
He's composed on the ball, lad.
Well, he's only 19. It's De Gea. Such good distribution. De Gea. Herrera. Rashford over there on the right-hand side, and Valencia Made a handful of cup appearances last season. He looks quite at home actually at the moment, alongside Company. Valencia's throw. Pogba. Now De Bruyne. Here comes City. On Smalling, just about gets away with that. Aguero. City looking to make the most of that little error. Foden wearing 80 for City. There's Kyle Walker. Foden, De Bruyne. In went Mkhitaryan, but De Bruyne comes away with it. He's dangerous when he's running in this area. Oh, another great ball in, and well played, David De Gea. Difficult for a keeper to hang on to those.
Good save by the goalkeeper. He's a good goalkeeper. Good play by Manchester City, you've got to say, creating that opportunity.
Yeah, De Bruyne's done great. It's a great ball in round the back of the defenders, but David has read it really well. Good goalkeeper.
Had to hold on here, didn't he?
Lukaku round the back. Keeper comes out. Doesn't get there. Oh, what a finish. What a fantastic strike. Romelu Lukaku. Top quality marksmanship. And he gives United the lead in the derby. United 1, City 0.
Brilliant finish, Brian.
The goalkeeper, you think he's going to take a touch to hit it first time. It was just a fantastic finish. And especially when he's strong foot, his right foot.
Great finish. Great finish. Couldn't have hit that better because the angle wasn't great for him, was it?
No, that's why I thought I thought he was definitely going to take a touch. What a great finish.
His second goal of the tour, and what an angle to find. Terrific effort from Lukaku, showed pace, power, what he's all about. But are there question marks about the new goalkeeper, Edison, who came flying out, got nowhere near it?
Well, maybe he's not realised how quick Lukaku is, Stuart. Maybe that was the problem. But you've got to give credit to the goal scorer, not the goalkeeper. The goal was horrendous, but he still put it away with great aplomb.
He was really brave as well, Pat. You know, some forwards would have pulled out of that, you know.
Great finish.
Great goal.
Manchester United goal scored by number 9, Romelu Lukaku. Recent signing, Manchester
United's new man. Scored at Salt Lake City. Now he's scoring in Houston. And even though they're just pre-season games, I'm sure it feels much better for him to be on the score sheet after the big fee, and he probably wants to make a great start.
Well, that is a great start, Stu, already. But, we knew it was top man.
Mkhitaryan. Rashford. Here's the chance. It's 2. 2 goals in a couple of minutes. Manchester's finest. Marcus Rashford. An unerring finish. And United have 2.
This is brilliant, because this is exactly what we want from Marcus. You know, last year he had a lot of situations and he was missing them, but here, beautiful weighted pass, and what a great finish.
You've got to say, Brian, the City defence are all over the place. All over the place.
in the 39th minute.
Mkhitaryan, the master of the assist, and Rashford, a deadly finish, a ruthless finish, and that's what we want to see from him.
Yeah, well, we were talking about the weighted pass on a couple of situations earlier than that, but Mkhitaryan's weighted pass was perfect for him. You know, like I say, Marcus for me missed too many of them last season. Hopefully he goes on a run where he scores them more than misses them this year.
Helps his confidence.
Yeah,
Helps his confidence.
You want the striker scoring all the time, don't you?
Well, that's his 3rd goal of the tour. He looked razor sharp, in particular against LA Galaxy, and
Quickly how a game can change, isn't it?
well, City were having a reasonable spell, weren't they?
Playing well, City. Now they're 2 down.
central position where he is more comfortable there, because that's his natural position, isn't it? Toure. Foden doesn't mind hitting them. Foden shot, and that's a great save from De Gea.
I think that's bad play by United, Stuart. They had so much time in the ball. Somebody should have gone and challenged them, but they didn't. It was a great effort, kid. Great effort.
No, it's got to go out and close them down. You can't keep backing off into the box pad like that.
He's hit that well, and I'll tell you something, that's a great save.
I don't like to see me defenders do that where they put their arms behind the back neither.
De Bruyne with the corner. Big strong hand of De Gea keeping that out. City looking to get back into this game before half-time. De Bruyne's ball in, and it's catching practice for De Gea. Last 5 minutes of the first half.
United could do and just kill the game now, keep a bit of possession and make sure they go in 2-0 up.
You never know, Brian, they might score again.
Last season goes on as even in the derbies. City winning at Old Trafford, then United knocking them out of the League Cup, and it finished 0-0 in April. It's a super ball in looking for Lukaku. Good header away. Yeah, far more has happened in the last 10 minutes than in that entire game in April when the teams met. It's a little bit naughty from Yaya. He gets a card.
I thought he played the ball there, Stuart.
He played the ball down, but he did go through the back of him.
I thought he played the ball.
Your attention, please. Yellow card caution issued to Manchester City. Number 42.
Did he played the ball clearly?
Into the 42nd minute.
But you don't get away with those ones nowadays.
They do like a yellow card over here. It's announced on the big screen. They do like a yellow card.
Hey, Stuart, we're not far away from them back in our country now. Anytime anybody tackles anybody, you want to book it.
Oh, that's the way the game's going, Brian. Not right.
You two wouldn't last 5 minutes now.
Correct.
Lukaku.
Oh, he's going to get that through there.
And De Bruyne. Toure. Foden helps it on to Sterling. Toure. Fernandinho. Brazil. Sterling. Foden, who showed up well in the first half. Here he is again. And he finds Sterling. Patient build-up play. Sterling. He was looking for support there. He wins the corner in the end.
The working hard United, you've got to say, Stuart, when they get the ball, they're back defending. The quick breakaways as well. Don't want to lose a goal, do you?
Not now.
2 minutes.
De Bruyne will take this corner kick for City. Powerful header by Pogba. United have got some big men, and now Jesse Lingard will have to do this on his own. Well, Mkhitaryan's up with him. Now Pogba, driving run. Pogba. Blind. Well fought. United looking for a third before half-time. That's cool. Now Valencia. Scoots away from Foden. Valencia. Super ball in. Lukaku was there, but that's good keeping from Edison.
Great move again. Good passing. Great switch of play. Then Antonio really powerful down the side end, but looked a reasonable cross.
Great ball, and you've got to give the goalkeeper Edison a bit of credit there, Brian.
Roberts. Balls away from Blind, who thought about pulling him back. Still thinking about pulling him back, and does pull him back.
You'll get a yellow card for that, surely. Could have got 2 yellow cards for that, couldn't they? 2 fellas on the top of one another. There's one.
Your attention,
There's another one.
yellow card caution in relation to Manchester United, number 17, Haley Wine, in the 45th minute.
Yeah, the PM saying that Daily Blind has got the yellow card. So,
Well, BLIND, what would you expect, Stuart?
well, there you go.
If you didn't give me the interpretation of names, I'd be banjaxed.
Is that a new
Is that
word?
the technical term?
That's a new word.
Well, it's one of my nicer words.
Free kick for De Bruyne. Oh, that's dangerous, actually. There's somebody coming in at that far post, but just too much on it.
Not a bad ball in that.
Well, there's usually no stoppage time at the end of a half in friendlies, and there is none in this one. So far, so good for Manchester United. It's quite an even game before United scored 2 in 2 minutes. Lukaku going around the goalkeeper and scoring for an acute angle for 1-0. And then Mkhitaryan playing in Rashford, inside right channel, unerring finish for 2. So United in an excellent position in this first overseas Manchester derby, because at the interval here in Texas, United 2, City 0. City's back 4. United get the second half underway, then changes at the back for United, but apart from that, not too many others. As Valencia goes long, looking to see Lukaku, see if he can trouble the defence. Jones, first touch of the ball. Darmian. Rashford just overruns that, out for the throw. Just desperately trying to explain to the crowd here all the changes. This could take a long, long time when he explains. This is Fernandinho wearing the armband now. Another youngster on the field, Brahim Diaz, 17-year-old Spaniard. You might have seen him in our academy coverage whenever we face City or reserve coverage, and he's a clever player. Attacking midfielder. There's Nasri. He looks like his career was over. He was on loan at Sevilla last year, 3 goals in 30 appearances. His season before that was wrecked by injury, and it looked like it was all over for him. Maybe it still might be, but there he is, Nasri, the former Arsenal man. Can he salvage his City career? Foden. Mangala at Valencia on loan last season. There's Sane. Mangala. Stones. Otamendi. There's Diaz. I just gave him the big build-up, but he plays it straight out of play. Brahim Diaz, only 17 from Malaga. They have got high hopes for him. Darmian. Rashford. Jones. Eric Bailly works it over to Valencia, outside of the boot, back to Sergio Romero, who ended the season in glorious fashion for United by playing in the Europa League final. Got an amazing record for United, Romero. 28 appearances, 18 clean sheets. We must have the best number 2 there is.
Well, it's amazing, Stuart. He's obviously delighted to be at Old Trafford because he'd get a game anywhere, him.
Mango, Frenchman. That's not really his position. On the left there. So perhaps Jesse Lingard could exploit that at some point. Fernandinho to Sami Nasri, who United were close to signing, I think, back in his Arsenal days.
And there's a lot of talk about that at the time.
Jesus, such a clever player. And now Foden can hit it left-footed. Well blocked. That looked like handball from Nasri. But then again, we are a long way away. Lukaku. United threatening on the counter. Mkhitaryan, fancy footwork. But he's clipped by the other number 2, Sami Nasri. Darmian. Didn't quite work that. Walker clears. Diaz. Nasri. Go for the return, Nasri, but there was a wall of Eric Bailly in front of him.
So that the other way.
I did as well, but it's time to wonder, really. 30 now, Samir Nasri. Retired from international football, had a serious fallout there. The first Premier League derby, of course, is in December at Old Trafford. The return in April. That game in April, who knows, that could be critical. These two sides you'd expect to be right up there, wouldn't you, this season?
Well, you'd hope so.
Yeah, that's definitely got to be the expectations of both clubs this year. I mean, City will be really disappointed, not winning one thing last season.
Shoulder to shoulder, shall we be kind and say?
Nothing wrong with that.
Otamendi, raking crossfield pass. Diaz, Brahim Diaz. It's interesting, City's only trophy in the last 3 seasons was the League Cup in 2016. When you consider that the players they've got and the investment, it's not great, is it?
Yeah, when you look at it like that, they must be really disappointed.
Rashford was onto that, but hooked away to Mendy. Scrappy start to the second half.
Yeah, you sometimes wonder when you make as many changes, it's not as fluid as when the game started from both sides.
Foden. He will want it on his left foot, but Romero clears.
Well played by Ian.
Jones. Valencia. Rashford could give Mangala a problem. He could give the goalkeeper a problem as well. He was backpedaling desperately. Did Rashford mean it, or was he looking for Lukaku? Well, the end result's a corner.
I don't think so. I think it was a cross to Lukaku. I think he was really trying to fire it into the far post.
I'm going to be a little bit different and give the kid a bit of credit. I think he saw the goalkeeper coming out because he was thinking it was going to centre forward as well. One of us have got it right.
If you're wondering, by the way, he's still reading out the substitutions, the PA announcer. That's how many. That's how many we've had. And we've had 6 minutes of the second half.
And I've run out of paper.
Paddy's just looks like a disaster zone. His team sheet.
I can't read that writing anyway, Paddy.
Yeah, Mr. Adley, you don't want this team sheet.
Rashford with the corner kick, free header.
That was a chance.
What an opportunity! Powered wide, it would have been the perfect start to the second half. Lukaku's a real threat there in the air.
He was a little bit disappointed with himself, wasn't he?
United on their 5th pre-season tour to the USA in the last 8 summers. Do love it over here. Attract massive crowds.
It's very popular, Stuart.
This is well worked by United. Rashford. Oh, Otamendi makes a mistake. Lukaku! Oh! What a screaming effort. Crossbar still shaking. Walker deflects kindly for him. That could have been City pretty much out of the game.
Great build-up by United, all the same, Stuart. The strike, God, he hits this, doesn't he?
What a strike that is. I think I was doing him an injustice when I was saying he's stronger on his right side, because the 2 efforts he's had on his left
But he is left-footed. That's his strong side.
It's not right. His right side.
That must be going blind then.
Otamendi gets it wide to Sané. Leroy Sané, the young German. A little 1-2, super ball in that, and that's good defending. Phil Jones with Jesus. Foden, Fernandinho, Nasri, Walker, Samir Nasri, former Arsenal, former Tottenham. Better from City, Mangala gets it wide to Diaz. Walker. Otamendi. All of the City changes are on your screen right now. Sane. Really clever when he's run at you. Sane. Big money signing from Schalke, his second season. Herrera. Right. Of course, tonight, first derby since May's terrorist attack in Manchester. That's why the symbol of the city, the worker bee, is on the shirts of both clubs. Both clubs will make the match-worn shorts available for fans to purchase via auction. All the proceeds going to the We Love Manchester Fund. Well, Mangala pulling
That's
back Rashford there. Should be, it is.
It'd be nice to see the boys just get the ball out to Marcus Rashford now and just let him have a couple of runs at Mangala. Put him on the back foot.
That's how afraid he is of Brian.
I tell you what I love about that though, Pat, is the strength of Marcus. He's worked on the strength.
All we want him now is to get another run at him.
Yeah, I mean, Mangala will want to impress the manager, but I'm not sure he's going to do that by sticking him in at left back. But there you go, especially against somebody who's quicker than Rashford. Walker, former Sheffield United man. More than 200 times he played for Spurs before making the move to Manchester. Back to Sergio Romero. 15 Europa League games for United last season. He played 12 of them, including the final, and he just about gets out of jail there. That was casual.
No, it wasn't. That was easy. He played a 1-2 there, didn't he?
He just played it off. Played it off him deliberately. Let's get away. Let's say that, shall we?
To be fair to him, Sergio is usually very good at that passing out with his feet, but it was a bit of a risk, that one.
I think he just acknowledged that and then made a mess of it.
Closed down very quickly by Gabriel Jesus, who looks exciting talent. Fernandinho happier there. Diaz. Foden looks to be thoroughly enjoying himself. Foden, good balance, away he goes.
Just forgot the ball there.
He was appealing for a free kick as well, but nothing doing. Here come United on the counter-attack. Rashford with Mangala, who stuck to his task that time.
Did well there.
I'll tell you what, he's in for a tough second half though. Mangala. Jones. Pogba. Darmian. Jones. Eric Bailly. This is neat for United. But Fernandinho, you can see how much more effective he is in that defensive sort of midfield role. Leroy Sané. Jesus. Lining up the shots. Certainly got hold of it. Lingard just loses possession there. City were appealing for a penalty. Diaz was anyway. Was he just... His teammate just had his arms on him there, but the referee had a good position. And here come United. Valencia. Jones. To go to Santa Clara in California, play Real Madrid for the weekend, and then finish off the US part of the tour by facing Barcelona and Maryland, Washington. Oh, red by Otamendi. It's fouled.
look at the linesman, Stuart. That wasn't a free kick.
Linesman didn't have a clue.
No, but that's not a free kick. Otamendi was looking for it, wasn't it?
Plenty of red there. Certainly more United fans here than City, but decent enough spread and everybody's sitting together, which is good to see. This International Champions Cup game. Argentine Otamendi moving forward for City. Fernandinho, 32 now. Fernandinho, Diaz. Here's Samir Nasri, makes a good, decent run. Diaz. Walker. Diaz. Nasri turns just slightly behind Jesus and flags up anyway.
Got that right, though.
Jesus, who joined in January from Palmeiras, 7 goals in his 11 appearances for City. I'm not so certain he did get that right.
Yeah, there, but the ball was clean, was off.
Tight, should we say.
Nice interchange play by City, though. They've played some neat football over the last few minutes.
They're much better this half.
And here come the cavalry. Carrick, Fellaini, Martial are all going to come on. So we've had an hour, and that's exactly what Jose told us he was going to do, take some players off after an hour. And you're right, Robert, it does tend to affect the flow of the game, doesn't it? You make a lot of changes.
It definitely does, yeah. I mean, the players are just trying to find the feet and get into the pace of the game. You make all these changes, and it's very difficult to do that when you come off the bench.
City with Sane. Valencia getting so tight to him. Mangal. Well, there are appeals for all sorts of fouls and free kicks and everything else down there.
I thought it was a fair challenge.
You win the way you challenged them.
Well, I didn't see anything wrong with the challenges that the players had going on there.
Carrick coming on, Martial coming on, and Fellaini coming on. Some terrific performances from Rashford, Mkhitaryan, Herrera. Rashford's been excellent again. Mkhitaryan has continued his wonderful start to the tour. Useful subs to bring on. Anthony Martial will want to impress as well. Good competition for places for United. Attacking positions. Diaz. Fernandinho. Nasri. Fernandinho. And all those years with Shakhtar Donetsk before coming to City. Diaz, but Michael Carrick too big, too strong, and he was pulled back, but the referee says play on. Fellaini. Martial moves the ball quickly to Pogba. Pogba will get it wide again to Martial. Dangerous when he's running like this. Last ditch challenge is a good one. That's a lovely ball. Pogba, Martial. Pogba, clever feet. Will he make room for the shot? Pogba!
Straight the side net, and I think most people thought it would get in the net actually.
It's nice football again, though, Pad, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was excellent.
nice and bright again. Movement was good. Darmian had pushed in really well on the left-hand side there. Good stuff.
And for the people on this side of the ground, that includes us, the net was rippling, but sadly the ball wasn't in it. Terrific effort.
You see it from that angle, no.
Well, United have hit the post, hit the side netting in this second half, and it remains 2-0. City will feel they're still alive. If they got one, then you never know, do you? Stones, who had quite a tricky first season since his £47.5 million move from Everton. Stones, Jesus, Diaz, Nasri, nice ball to Sane. Valencia does his defensive duty so well. Sane, Otamendi. That's a poor pass. Pogba, Jesse Lingard. Fellaini comes in. I wasn't too sure Diaz fancied that as Fellaini was launching towards him.
I think you're right there.
Stones. Only 23, of course, John Stones, so very young for a defender. Fernandinho. Jesus, Fernandinho. Foden, back to Otamendi. Stones. Elegant player, Stones, but prone to the odd brain freeze.
Well, if you put it mildly, Stuart, it doesn't kick anybody, it doesn't hurt anybody, does he? He's a centre-half.
He wants to be a player on the ball, doesn't he, rather than be a defender.
Yes.
You know, if you're going to be a top centre-half, you've got to be really concentrating on your defending.
Yeah. Nasri. It was a great pass for Sane, I think was put off by Valencia's leg there. Carrick, who's a few days away now, Michael Carrick, from his 36th birthday.
No age, Stuart, that.
Lukaku. Well, this is right from City with Walker, gets away down the right-hand side, and excellent defending from Phil Jones.
Stopping that ball coming into the box with the possibility the City player might have got the end of it.
How old did you say the lad Diaz was, Stuart? He looks nice and bright.
Yes, Brahim Diaz, only 17. Same as Foden, who's only 17.
He really does attack defenders and tries to make things happen.
Very skillful, isn't he?
But back in the grateful arms of Sergio Romero, Argentina's number one. City will be hoping to do a lot better than third. That's what they did last season, 15 points behind Chelsea. And a new experience for Pep Guardiola. First time he's ever gone through a season without winning a trophy as a manager. The guy who won 14 trophies at Barcelona, 7 with Bayern, but so far none with City.
I think the league's a bit easier in both those countries for those two teams, Stuart. That's a great one.
Ederson this time timed it well. Lukaku. Fellaini tidying up. Bye. Totally sure what he did there. He got away with it, whatever it was.
Fell over.
The centre-halves always used to do tricks like that in your day, Pat, didn't they?
Yes. I mean, you expect more of such a top-class player by you, isn't it? You don't expect him to make any mistake.
Pogba so adept at finding space in a tight situation. Fellaini, who you remember saw red, didn't he, at City of Manchester Stadium at the end of last season in that goalless draw. if it will be a Manchester battle for the title this year. I'm sure Chelsea and Arsenal and Liverpool fans won't appreciate that, but I just wonder, will it be a Manchester battle for the Premier
I
League?
think you've mentioned a few teams that will be there or thereabouts.
Stones. So back to Edison. Walker. Stones. Walker. Stones. Great control by Jesus. But United win it back. Martial back to Pogba. Back to Martial. Just a bit short for him. Dealt with by Walker. Diaz. Foden, the two 17-year-olds. Nice pass to Mangala. Oh, that's fancy.
Oh, that's terrific. The crowd loved that.
Clichy. Fernandinho. Nasri.
Himself there.
This is cramp. Seems to just shake it off for a minute. He thought he was in trouble.
Yeah, he stopped, didn't he?
Stones. Looking for Sane. He comes in off that left wing so effectively usually. Nasri. Certainly seen plenty of the ball since coming on at the interval. Samir Nasri. They were quite impressed with him at Sevilla.
Well, there was a lot more of the ball, Stuart City.
Nasri is asking a lot of Sane.
As I say that, to give it away.
Bit of a lull in the NRG Stadium. The big crowd here. Quiet down a little bit. The atmosphere has been terrific.
Yeah, the game's not quite as fluent now as it since all the substitutions.
Yeah, you said that, didn't you? It's happened.
Carrick. Jones. Now Fellaini. We'll get it wide to Martial. Martial against Walker. Interesting battle. Martial gets it back from Pogba. And now a little bit of space for Jesse Lingard.
That's a corner.
Got United inside the final 20 minutes. Since they're going to make another change in a minute. Another youngster, Alexander Zinchenko, the Ukrainian midfielder. Corner kick. Shell will take. Some big men in there for United. Lukaku was there, but it's flipped away from him.
They'll get another opportunity.
Valencia stands the ball up, but City will clear. Foden. Nasri. Jesus. Nasri. Flip ball in. Diaz was there, clear to the edge of the area, and just dropping over the top.
Good goalkeeping.
Yeah, I think he made the right decision, Pad, to punch rather than catch. Yeah, he would never have been able to catch him over the top of his head.
And there's always someone back the goal line, Brian, just in case that long.
Bad decision.
Bai was there just in case. Zinchenko waits to come on for City. Fellaini, Lingard, Valencia. $175 Manchester derbies, competitive Manchester derbies. This one, the first overseas after Beijing. The game in Beijing was postponed a year ago. That pitch at the Bird's Nest was just not suitable or safe, really, was it?
It wasn't.
Played well, Foden, replaced by Zinchenko. Ukrainian international who was on loan at PSV last season. Foden's probably been as good as anybody for City actually in this game. Fellaini. United leading 2-0. Lukaku and Rashford in the first half. They've been in control in the second half and come close a couple of times. Woodwork's been rattled. Oh, Lukaku could be onto this. Otamendi did well there against the bulk muscle of Lukaku. Fernandinho helps it to Brahim Diaz. Darmian with a foot in, holds him up. Diaz still has it. Nice balance at the Spaniard. Nasri. He's gone for the return, Nasri. Darmian safety first. City corner.
Yeah, good defended by Darmian and stayed with the runner on the 1-2.
Andreas Pereira and Tim Fosu-Mensah wait to come on for United. Here's Walker. Nasri, will he keep that in? He won't. Inside the final 15 minutes here in Houston. I thought Jose Mourinho will be pretty happy with what he's seen in the main. The strange thing is they're actually talking about the substitutions and they haven't been made yet. He's announcing it to the crowd and they haven't come on yet. So I think there's a problem there getting the message to the PA announcer who's talking about Tim Fosu-Mensah coming on. Welcome to Tim Fosu-Mensah, and he's standing on the sideline. Jesse Lingard knows all about derbies, all through the age groups. Fellaini. Martial glides forward, finds Lukaku. Lingard, here's Valencia. Pogba, corner.
And build up against Stuart.
It was nearly all through Lingard. But I tell you, Jesse, in the 3 games that we've played so far, his fitness levels look terrific.
With the change, or a couple of changes for United, Fosu-Mensah coming on for Valencia. You just said that was like for like in terms of right back. And Andreas Pereira coming on as well. Jesse Lingard makes way. It's had a good pre-season, Jesse, so far. Martial with the corner for United. All the big men in there. Oh, Fellaini knocks it down. Jones is there. Double save from the keeper, and the rebound is thrashed home.
Offside.
Getting offside.
Offside.
Jones it was who had the chances originally. Ederson performed miracles to keep it out, but then City rescued by the flag.
I don't think it was the goal scorer that was offside. I think it was offside prior to that. 2 players offside there. Now the strike.
Certainly meant it, Lukaku. Bosh.
You like that, don't you?
Great double save, well, triple save really, but he wasn't to know that the flag was going up. 67,000 inside the NRG Stadium. Terrific crowds. Sane. Nasri. Sane thought about the shot, drops his shoulder and then drags it wide. 9 goals in his first season. Sane, quite a long way out. Doesn't trouble Romero.
Yeah, it looks clearly offside, doesn't it?
There's the two of them.
Yeah.
The goal we're talking about, well, the so-called goal didn't actually happen for United. Just showing on the big screen here at the stadium. Just to seal the victory. Andreas Pereira lets that go. He's of course had that season-long loan at Granada. And Tony Adams ended up being the manager. Fosu-Mensah, Carrick helps it on. Fellaini. Jones back to Romero. He's closed down quickly again, but he clips it forward.
Lukaku's struggling with some sort of goal.
Yeah, he was moving gingerly inside the centre circle. Here's Andreas Pereira. Take on Mangala. Step over.
Go on, son.
Crowd likes it. Bit of fancy footwork from him. Great work from Pogba. That was top class towards Fellaini.
The crowd loved that, didn't they?
They love a trick over here.
Yeah, they do. Well, so do we.
We do that.
Of course we do.
Pereira again. Pogba. Inside the last 10 minutes. United 2 up as they were at half-time. In front of 67,000 here in Houston. The thing that really matters though today is that the We Love Manchester Fund will benefit. Both sides wearing the worker bee on the shirts. Stones. Walker. Jesus. Walker. Stones.
That's a brilliant bit of play, that. He's going to get a yellow card for that.
Yeah, plus should be diving in there.
I think the referee's letting him off. Zinchenko, Otamendi. Fernandinho, Otamendi, Nasri, clever pass to Mangala forward. We just point you in the direction of a programme on MUTV today, 6:30 p.m. British Summertime, Academy and Reserves Season Preview. We had exclusive access to the training camp in Austria. We'll hear from Ricky Sprazia, the new under-23 manager. We'll hear from Nicky Butt, some of the players as well. So look out for that, 6:30 British Summertime today. And the next big game on MUTV this weekend, Saturday night, 9 p.m. British Summertime, United Real Madrid in Santa Clara. Be some occasion. Outside of his boot, lovely pass. It was opened up by Jesus, but he put it over the top.
Great ball. I think our goalkeeper was looking for offside, but he wasn't. Just couldn't control it.
It is as well, though, Pat, when you look at that. Phil, that's twice. Yeah. He's allowed the centre forward to pull off.
Drift off him.
To pull off his shoulder. Well, Phil's got to adjust himself so that they don't get that space in behind him.
He should be watching the ball, Brian. He should be watching the track about it.
Lovely pass from Nasri. Just got underneath it, the young Brazilian. Diaz. Jones comes across.
Are you thinking the same as me there? If he touches him, he goes down.
And Fernandinho's efforts. Lovely touch from Romero. Needed to be saved that.
Took a deflection that as well, for sure, Stuart.
Really good save. It's good hits. Zinchenko will take the corner. He's not happy with the position of the United player being a bit too close. Clear towards the edge of the area. Walker sliced across it. And that's a goal kick. So hopefully United will win this one in the International Champions Cup. Then big one on Sunday in Santa Clara when they face Real Madrid. No Ronaldo, I'm afraid, but there you go. Pep Guardiola appears on the big screen in the stadium and there are boos from the United contingent. Pantomime boos, I think.
Last 5 minutes.
Pogba. Fancy footwork again, crowd love it.
It's a bit of support.
Wins the throw inside the final 5 minutes here at the MRG Stadium. Wide it goes again, but read by Walker. Important challenge that is by Matteo Darmian. I think Walker, having played virtually 90 minutes, would have been dreading the prospect of trying to get up that line, all the way up that line. Nasri, Mangala, Sane, Mangala, Fernandinho, Zinchenko. Here's Sane. Pulls it back to Fernandinho. I thought it was a bit closer then. Sane. Mangala. City probing here. Fernandinho going backwards though. Good pressing by United. Stones. Nasri. There's foul for Jesus. Nasri. Mangala. Sane. Zinchenko. Fair-haired Ukrainian. Fernandinho. Sane. Can they find a way through? They can't. United too strong, too organised defensively.
It's a good cheer by United, but you just like to see when we do turn the tackle over and just keep the ball that bit better, kill the game.
They'll be a little bit tired.
Nasri. Zinchenko, who's found a bit of space here. Pogba's back defending and Fellaini got the important touch there. Looking for clean sheet, United. Don't want a nervy last couple of minutes. Sane. Fernandinho. Now Anthony Martial gets a chance to stretch his legs. Walker must be feeling a little bit tired, you would have thought. Pogba, Carrick. Fosu-Mensah gets it back to Romero. Less than 2 minutes to go. Looks like Houston's going to be red tonight. Didn't see much in that, but the free kick is given.
Bit harsh though.
overall, guys, who's impressed you? What's impressed you tonight, Man United?
Team performance, Brian?
Yeah, team performance, passing, movement's been very good. They've created some good chances, a couple of great goals. Lukaku very unlucky not to get another one. So the overall performance has been pretty good, and then we've looked fairly solid at the back.
A good team performance.
Jesus, who looks a tricky customer to control. Darmian's unhappy with the decision taken there by the referee. We're in the last minute.
Darmian never touched him, did he?
Fernandinho. Stones. Walker. He gets it across to Otamendi. Fernandinho. 2 minutes of added time. I think that's what you're signalling to me, Ben.
No, it wasn't.
Towards Lukaku. Andreas Pereira, red shirts flooding forward. Can't find one of them there. He's got the throw. Andreas Pereira. It's a good pullback, but Stones didn't panic there, did he? And here comes Fernandinho, held up by Fellaini. Just pulled back there. Diaz by Darmian, who runs away from the scene of the crime quickly. Sane. Well played, Fosu Mensah. United moving with Lukaku.
It's another bonus. That kid's been terrific for Fosu Mensah, hasn't it, the games he's played? Good, strong defender.
Only 19 as well. Prospect. Darmian. Straight out. Last few seconds of the game then. 2 minutes of added time. It's nearly up. Stones. Pulled back there. And so a free kick for City. And this will probably be the last play of the game.
You think they'd pile everybody at the box to put it in the box.